My name's Dave Cirino, singer, songwriter, producer, engineer, and what you're watching now is the 5 Questions Show. Always want to start our show off with shout outs. So I want to give a shout out to Mizzy the Do. Mizzy the Do, what's up with you, bro? How you doing? The next segment, we want to talk about the 5 Questions 5. We talk about 5 albums that's out, that's hot, that you should take a look at and listen to, purchase, whatever you want to do. The first album you got actually is, I just bought this and I'm bumping it right now. It's it's Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi's album, Man on the Move. That's a hot album, y'all. Recommend comping that. Check that out. Chico the Barge got an album called Addiction. I just bought that too. That's hot. Real smooth. I like the albums real smooth. 50 Cent, Before I Self-Destruct. Check that album out. I hear it's hot in the streets right now. Ringo Starr, Why Not? That's the album. That's the title of the album. Why Not? Ringo Starr. Go cop that. Check that out. And of course, Dave Cirino, Spaceman on iTunes. Go check that out, man. It's getting some good reviews in Japan. It's getting some good reviews in the UK. It's out on the US. Go cop that out. Check that out. Alright, cool. So let's get the show started with the questions. We got 5 questions, and let me say this also before I start. When I got back from vacation, I seriously had 80 questions in my inbox. 80 questions in my inbox. Like, I didn't check my email on vacation, so I was just relaxing, and taking care of business as well. But when I got back, I was like, wow, 80 questions. That's a lot of questions, guys. But keep them coming. Keep them coming. I try my best to answer all the questions that I can. But sometimes if I don't get to you, bear with me. It's just that picture in your mind. I have to answer 80 questions in a week. Sometimes I do it in a day. So keep that in mind. All right. Question 1. It says I own a 16-channel mixer, and I need all of the 16 inputs to record, and I can't afford to go out and buy a mixing board with Firewire or an audio interface. Can I use my 16-channel mixer as my interface or as my main input source? That's a tough question, and that's a tough scenario and situation to be in, because I don't really recommend doing it if you want to get the kind of sound that you're looking for. There is a workaround. What you could do is you have your mixer set up with all your inputs going to your different instruments. The only way that I know of that you could do something like that is if you burn it down to a stereo track. So you take all of your 16 channels, and you have your computer or whatever you have, and you burn down that music to a one stereo track, left and right. It's going to come out on one track with all of those 16 instruments bounced down to one track, left and right. That's the only way I know of how to do something like that. If there's another way, please, guys, write on your comments, tell me how to do it, because that's the only way I know of how to do that, is bounce those 16 tracks to a stereo track, left and right. Tough scenario to be in, though. Question number 2. I was wondering if you could share some information on how you distribute your music to iTunes and other digital download sites. That's a good question. It's a very good question, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to know that answer, especially independent artists competing with major artists. It's very tough. What I did was I started my own record label, my own independent label. It's called Purple Fox Digital, and what it is, it's a digital record label, and that's the label I use to distribute my music digitally. I don't have it in stores like FYE and stores like that. I have it on iTunes, Amazon MP3, Rhapsody, Napster, eMusic. I have it on all digital sites. So right now my music Spaceman is on all digital sites through my label Purple Fox Digital, and I have a digital distributor that does that. For independent artists looking to do something like that, I recommend definitely checking out a couple sites. You can check out CD Baby is a good site. They work with independent artists. You know, you can definitely get your music to CD Baby. I think it's cdbaby.net or cdbaby.com. I believe it's cdbaby.net. Check them out. They can help get your music to stores and stuff like that. Also, another good site is Reverb Nation, REVERB Nation.com. They work with independent artists. So definitely check out those avenues if that's what you're looking to go. Like I said, it's good for independent musicians who are good musicians, but who want an avenue to get their music out to the public, make some money, sell their stuff. Check out those sites, but you can also Google it yourself and you know, and definitely do it yourself. I recommend doing it yourself. If you're not able to get a major a record deal, which is very hard to get nowadays. And honestly, I personally think the best way to do it is doing it yourself. You just got to build a fan base, and you can be as successful as a major artist if you do it the right way. All right, good question, man. Question number 3. What's up, Dave? How do you get that unwanted static sound out of your vocals after you have recorded them using Cubase? Simple. You delete it, and then you re-record it. Why do I say that? Is because first of all, you shouldn't be mixing a track that has static or any kind of crazy sounds in your track anyway. If it's a problem where it's too late and it's going to take too much work to re-record it, you know, there's definitely workarounds. But if you're not in that situation, delete the track, re-record it. You have to find out where the source is coming from. The static and or hum or whatever is coming from somewhere. It's probably coming from your equipment. So what you need to do is unplug your equipment, replug it, and reset everything, reboot everything, and you know, check your equipment, check your cables. That's probably where the static or hum is coming from. And then once you fix the problem, re-record the track. Question number 4. I'm currently using an M-Audio Profire 220 audio interface, and they said something about ADDA converters. What are the ADDA converters? What are they? Okay. Well, ADDA converters is basically analog to digital converters. What it does is it converts the analog signal to a digital signal. That's the definition of what an ADDA converter is. But what it actually does, that's good for your sound quality. So your sound quality comes from your converters. How good your analog to digital converter is determines how good or how much quality your music's gonna sound like. Like what's the quality of your sound? Easier put. For example, I can't give away all my secrets, but I have a particular converter that I use that I love, and it gives me the quality that I'm looking for. A lot of times, if you're not getting the sound that you're looking for, it's probably because you have cheap converters, and you need to get rid of those converters and put in better converters and preamps. Last question for the show. Problem with my sound card. Put up foam and still not getting the quality I'm looking for. Well, listen. I know I did a tutorial on putting foam up for your vocal booth, but if you guys really listen to my tutorial, I say that's not going to fix your sound problem. First of all, it's going to be almost impossible to fix it in a home studio because of all the stuff that's in here. But I did recommend going out and purchasing a reflection filter. It worked for me. I don't know if it works for other people, but I know I can attest to it myself that it works for me personally. I love it, I use it, and it works. It does help treat the sound. It's not going to be 100%, but it does help. Don't rely on foam alone. Use a reflection filter. If you don't have money for it, that's understandable, but if you have a job and you're working, try to save for it and try to purchase it, okay? Alright guys, that's it for the questions. And that's basically it for the show, but I also wanted to say, stay tuned for next week's show. I'm gonna have a special guest come through, and I'm gonna try to do this now as the weeks go by. I'm gonna try to have a special guest at least once a month. But next week I'm gonna have a special guest. He actually happens to be my brother, But he works for Sony Records, okay, and he's gonna come by and talk about